Did you guys see the Victoria's Secret fashion show? Guys, this was my face expression the entire time. Every single time one of those Victoria's Secret angels walked that runway, they're all so stunning. I was literally like, oh my God. And it was so funny because I was eating hot Cheetos when I was watching it, and I was like, maybe I should put these hot Cheetos down. And then I saw Bella Hadid and my mouth literally was like this little picture here. I loved the way she looked. She looked so tan. I love being tan too, you guys. Honestly, I used to tan so much back in the day when I was in high school. I used to bed tan every single day. Like, I loved being tan. I'm actually getting a spray tan this Friday before I go to Oregon. But anyways, that's not the point. When I saw Bella Hadid, I was like literally like, oh my God, tan. She's wearing red, her blonde hair, her bronzy glam. And I was just like, I need to do that makeup look for you guys. And I was on TikTok, and then I saw this guy that I follow. His name is, I want to say his name is like Kevi Kotra, whatever. I'll post it here for you guys. I saw his video on the Bella Hadid, and I was like, oh my God, let me follow his makeup, the way he does makeup, and do that makeup look, because I was so inspired. Oh my gosh, I was screaming when I saw Karol G. She looked so beautiful. Her body though, I was like, why am I so poor? She looked so freaking beautiful. I don't know her obviously, but I am so proud of her. And like, Latinos, like, hell yeah. And she just did an amazing job. She looked so freaking beautiful at the end. But anyways, let's get into it. I put all my products down here. The weird thing though is that he starts with skin first and then eyeshadow. You guys know that I love to do eyeshadows first, but I need to follow what he's doing. So let's get into it.
My jaw was on the floor when I saw this makeup on Bella. So let's do it. Before you put on any makeup, you have to prep your skin. This is the Emerald's Cream Concentrate, and it's in every celebrity makeup artist kit. But the secret is you're gonna let this sit on your skin until the white goes completely clear.
I just actually ran out of my Emerald's, and I used to use that a lot when I used to freelance back in the day. But I'm gonna go into my Tatcha water cream because actually, low-key, I've been really obsessed with this. And he said to let it dry, but since it's a water cream, my skin soaks it in really quick. So I'm just gonna apply my moisturizer like I normally do.
Just like this. I know for a fact that Bella was wearing the Pat McGrath foundation because Pat McGrath keep the makeup. I don't have that, so I'm gonna use my Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation. I'm literally just gonna add 2 drops of facial oil right into the.
So I do have the Estee Lauder Double Wear. Actually, let me zoom you guys in. Okay, so much better. So I do have the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation. So good. I also used to use this a lot back in the day for my oily skin girlies. I found this actually in my makeup stash. This is the Nourishing Face Oil from Dr. B Lab, and he puts 2 pumps or 2 drops into the foundation. So let's do that. I never do this ever in my makeup routine. I literally go right into the foundation.
Foundation. You're gonna mix this all together. Now you're gonna have a long-lasting matte foundation that looks like a lightweight skin tint, but it's not. Is it giving Bella?
Let me grab my foundation brush and let's just apply it right. I love the way that Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation smells. It's so good. So my skin feels very hydrated right now. I can feel it. Like, the foundation usually is very matte, so I think this oil really helps it feel more hydrating, a little bit more luminous, and the skin does look like skin. So oh yeah. Okay, let's see what's next.
A beauty sponge to smooth it out and make it look completely airbrushed.
So we need to take a sponge and go over it to make sure. And I've done this before también. This just picks up any extra makeup. If you don't want your skin to look extra cakey and you want more of the skin look, like, you guys see that? Look at all that extra foundation.
We got a bronze and sculpt, and we got a bronze and sculpt down. I'm gonna pick up the product with like a medium-sized foundation brush, and I'm gonna press this onto the back of my hand. I'm keeping this really high up on my cheekbones. I don't care if this looks messy. I'm gonna put it into my eyes, and I'm even gonna blend this into my forehead. Then switch back to the foundation brush that you just used, and use this to blend the cream bronzer into your foundation, making it look undetectable. When I looked at Bella's...
Okay, so I do have that. I love my Charlotte Tilbury cream bronzer. This is my second one that I've purchased. So creamy, literally dries down like a powder, you guys. So sometimes I don't even have to set my cream contour with powder because it already looks like powder. Let me grab my brush. Okay, so I'm gonna go in, and pretty much he just applied it everywhere. But what I noticed is that he applies it kind of like messy, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like perfectly like aplicado. He also brought it onto his eyes, which makes sense because the look is very bronzy. Okay, I think he picks up his foundation brush. Usually I do this after I apply concealer to remove like any harsh lines, but I'm gonna follow what he's doing. It's so fun learning people's makeup techniques. Like, it's just so crazy how there's so many. You know what I mean?
Makeup. At first, I thought she wasn't wearing any blush. It kind of just looked like bronzer. But then I had a closer look, and I'm pretty sure she's wearing like a burnt terracotta, almost like a bronzer type blush. So I thought these Huda Beauty liquid blushes would be perfect. First, I'm going to use the shade Latte.
Which is so true, you guys, because when I saw her, I was like, okay, it doesn't look like she's wearing, like, you can tell when someone's wearing like a bright pinky shade blush, like pinkish family blush, if that makes sense. I feel like with Bella, she definitely looked more bronzier and definitely like more orangey, more, I don't know, it just was not pink. So I'm gonna go into this one. This is After Party from Morphe, and I love this color right here. It's still like a nice, like a little bit of pink, you know, but like not, it's more bronzier. See how he applies it.
It almost looks like a bronzer, but when you blend it out, it gives your cheek this perfect sun-kissed, I went to the beach all day kind of look. I want to add a little bit of a peachiness. So
okay, so let's go into this one. And again, like, oh yeah. Do you guys see that? Where like on camera, it definitely comes off like very like pinky peachy, but in person, it definitely looks like, without all the lights, it looks very like brownie peachy vibe. Guys, not gonna lie though, my skin is looking really good. I think I'm loving the prep that he did. The oil, the face oil, and the foundation. Look how pretty this is. Okay. I'm gonna take a little bit into my eyes también.
Now, before you apply any concealer, I always like to go into the color corrector first. This is obviously going to help color correct any under eye darkness, but the reason that I like to use a color corrector is because it helps blend your under eye into your blush. And now you can go...
I didn't know that. So I usually use color corrector when I feel like I haven't gotten enough sleep. But I rarely use a color corrector, casi nunca. Okay, so let's blend this out. I'm using a more of a pinky, like a light pinky, to like brighten my under eye a little bit more. I'm gonna go back into that brush that we used for the blush. You guys see how bright that looks? I love. Now I believe it's time for concealer.
With your concealer to brighten and highlight, I'm gonna apply the concealer in the inner corner of my under eye, and I'm gonna drag it down the side of my nose to help with my nose contour later on. Then I'm gonna carve out my contour to make it look really sharp and lifted, and to really get that.
I love the way that he's applying it. It's pretty much right, yep, on the sides of his nose. Y si se dan cuenta, he's been using a bunch of brushes more than he is a sponge, and I've noticed a lot of makeup artists recently been doing that a lot more. You want to pull out the concealer para que our eyes look more like snatched, you know? And I usually don't really ever carve out the sides of my cheekbones. Casi nunca, to be honest.
I'm gonna apply some concealer right on the outer corner of my eye to really lift and elongate the eye out. First, I'm gonna blend out the contour.
Contour, blend it out. Okay, let's blend this out.
Then I'm going to switch to the brush that I used to apply my liquid blush. And I'm going to use this brush to blend out the edge between the blush and the concealer. Then you can take it.
Oh, okay. So let's blend that out. Interesting. I've never done that before. Ya ves, todo se aprende, chicas. Todo se aprende. Wow. Okay, sir.
Your concealer brush and look up and blend directly underneath your under eye. Now I'm going to go in.
Okay, so let's blend that out now. Wow. Okay, sir. I'm about to steal your routine. No, on a real note, you guys, he's amazing. I've been following him for a very long time on TikTok, and he does beautiful makeup. Like I said, especially for like the Anastasia campaigns, whenever they come out with like new products, he is so talented. So I do have the Huda powder. I think that's the newest Huda powders that they just released that literally come like 2-in-1, which is really cool.
My Huda Beauty Easy Bake Setting Powder. This one is the Easy Bake Duo in the shade Cherry Peach. I'm going to take my powder puff and dip it straight into the powder. I always say this, but no matter what you do, press the excess powder into the palm of your hand. All that powder will make your under eyes look so cakey. Take your beauty blender one more time and make sure there's no little creases hiding in there. And then right away switch to your powder puff without looking down and immediately set it with the powder. Wait for it. I look like Bella. I'm gonna start bronzing on my face.
Okay, which he's right. I always do that. I pick up my powder and I always go like this, porque eso evita aplicando too much product. Take your sponge. Yep, I usually do this too. Keep looking up and then press the powder into your skin, and it should just snatch you so nicely. Wow. So you guys can see here, this is powdered and snatched. And then you turn this way and it looks more glowy, more dewy. Now he's grabbing his bronzer, which I do have the Fenty bronzer in Shady Biz. Is one of my favorites. You guys can tell.
My Fenty Beauty Sunstalker bronzer in the shade Caramel Cutie. I'm not really being precise with this. I almost wanted to hit my entire face. I'm gonna hit a little bit right over my nose, on my forehead, and my temples. And of course, I'm gonna take the same bronzer and apply it in my eyelid. For blush, I'm gonna use the Patrick Talk.
So he said it does not have to be perfect. We're gonna go into the eyes. I love this bronzer, chicas, porque it's not orange. Like, I love that it has a nice cool undertone, so you can apply as much as you want and you'll look more like, I mean, if you apply way too much, you'll start to look like muddy and dirty, but it's brown, it's not orange. So that's what I love about this.
I'm gonna use the Patrick Ta cream blush in the shade Cheese Baked. This is really gonna...
Cream, really? Where's my blush? I'm gonna go back in to this one. I'm gonna go into a little bit more. It's just gonna give like a more wet look, I feel like.
Now that I'm set, bronzed, and blushed, it's time to do a bit of baking. I'm gonna twist the sifter so I can only use the pink. I'm only using the pink side because I don't want to color correct. I only want to brighten. This is a Bella Hadid look, so we're gonna cut the contour. I'm gonna start off the eye look.
So let's do that. Brought it down the nose. And then he also has it down the bridge of his nose, like that. And then right here. Okay, now for eyes, I think he's using a cream, but I don't have a cream, so we won't do that. Usually I go into like my Urban Decay Eden primer. Should we do that? Yeah, let's do that. I'm wondering if that's why he's using that cream, you know, as like a base. And I don't think he applies it perfectly, right? Let's see.
With this REM Beauty liquid shadow. These are some of my favorite liquid shadows. I use these on all my clients. They're amazing. And with an eyeshadow brush, I'm just gonna blend this into my eyelids. This
does not have to be perfect, so you pretty much just apply it. I actually do have those actually from Rare Beauty. I should have pulled it out. They're really good.
To make sure your eyeshadow doesn't crease with a bit of powder, I'm gonna set everything down.
Okay, so going back to my translucent powder from Huda, and we're just gonna set it.
I'm gonna use my Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette. I feel like this is super universal. I'm gonna dip into this light brown first, and I'm really focusing this on the crease and the lid. I'm not bringing this too far up. I'm gonna take that same shade on a flat brush.
So I love my Master Mattes palette from Makeup by Mario. So good, literally. And I'm gonna go into this brown that he used. Same thing, he said he just applies it in the crease and all over the lid.
And I'm just gonna hug my lower lash line to really connect everything together. Then I'm gonna deepen up the look with this.
And then he grabs that with this particular brush and you just run it towards your bottom lash line.
Then I'm gonna deepen up the look with this medium brown shade. And I'm really gonna focus this shade on the outer corner of my eye, really bringing it outwards. And for the lid, I'm gonna go into this.
So he's using this brown right here and he literally applies it on the outer corner of his eyes. And I'm gonna go back into that fluffy brush and we're gonna extend outwards.
Bone shade, mixing a little bit of the soft brown shade in as well. This is gonna go right on the inner corner of your eye, blending into your lid. To add that tiny touch,
we're gonna use this color, mix with this a little bit. And like he said, it's gonna go just all over the lid into that brown.
Just smokiness to my lower lash line. I'm gonna switch to a little shader brush like this. And I'm gonna pick up a dark chocolate brown. I'm gonna apply just a little bit on my lower lash line on the outer corner and right in the inner corner. This just instantly makes you look like such a bad bitch. The sparkle on Bella's eyes look...
I want to look like a bad bitch, so let's see. Okay, so he's going into this brown right here, applies it in the inner corner, like literally just right there, and he applies it towards the outer corner.
The sparkle on Bella's eyes looks like it could be a mix of like a bronzy taupey shade with a white pearlescent shade. So I grabbed these two shadows from Patrick Ta. This one is Still at the Club, and this one is We Need Better Lighting. I'm gonna start off with the bronzy shade first. Ooh, that's a really pretty color. I'm just gonna pump this right on the center of my eyelids. So this is a little dark, which is why I wanted to mix in the white. I feel like the white will really take this to that Victoria's Secret angel vibe. This is exactly what I was going for. I'm not Bella Hadid, so I'm gonna go in with some color.
I actually saw a picture of Bella, you guys, and the eyeshadow that she's wearing is definitely more sparkly than what he applied. I get where he applied the white in the middle to obviously like even it out or whatever. And also I feel like she has like more bronziness. So let's do that. I'm gonna grab a smaller brush like this and we're just gonna use that same brown shades that we use obviously in this outer corner here. And it's just gonna go in like right here. Porque si se ve que lo tiene. Smoking that. Oh yeah, so pretty. Let's go into this shimmery shade right here just a little bit and we'll just pop it right in the inner or the middle, sorry. There, it looks so much better. Okay, so I'm gonna go into that little light one right there in the middle you guys see, and I'm just going to tap just the center to brighten it up just a little bit. Oh yeah. Oh, I feel like es que él usó algo más más darker and I kind of don't want that because you can tell that she doesn't have that. Lashes, let's see lashes.
These are the Impress lashes from Kiss Lashes, and apply these from underneath, and they instantly grab onto your lashes without literally any glue.
And I think she's not wearing lashes. I feel like a lot of like the Victoria's Secret models that they do in backstage, I've noticed that they usually don't wear lashes, like hardly ever. But I love my lashes, girl, so I have to go into some lashes. So I'm gonna curl my lashes. I've been really loving these ones from Ardell. I believe they're the 420 ones. I think you guys are seeing them on the screen. Super wispy, natural, really, really pretty. I'm obsessed with them.
All this excess powder, there's so much fallout and shimmer that's sitting on my cheeks, and because we have this bake sitting, it's gonna brush away so easily. But this is what's gonna give the skin that super mode.
I think it goes into like a liquid highlighter, which I don't have that one, but I do have this one from Rare Beauty. So let's see.
This is the Refi face gloss in the shade Topaz, and I'm gonna press this into the butt of the beauty sponge until it's fully absorbed. Very lightly, I'm gonna press this onto the high points of my cheeks, and it's instantly gonna take the skin. Oh my god, it takes the skin to another level.
So let's go ahead and just slap that on, you guys, to give it that glow. That is so pretty. You guys see that? It's very subtle, which I love. I don't like wearing liquid highlighters, to be honest. Casi nunca me los pongo. But I don't like wearing liquid highlighters that have glitter. I hate it. This is really pretty. Wow.
I'm gonna go in and line my lips with MAC Strip Down. You can line your lips however you want, but
Strip Down. I don't have Strip Down. I do have Cork, obviously my favorite. Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and just blend this out like I normally do, and then we'll get into the lipstick. And I believe he uses Pinkity.
The center of my top lip, and then as I come down, I meat back to my natural corners. And in the center of my lips, I'm gonna apply a bit of MAC Blankety. I'm gonna take
MAC Blankety. I don't have MAC Blankety, but I do have Teddy 2.0, and I also have Honey Love, which is one of my favorites. I think I use Honey Love way too much, but I think I want to go into, yeah, I have to go into that one because it's more nude, and I feel like Bella's lips are definitely more nude. So I'm gonna go into a Honey Love, and again, it just goes right in the center. Oh, I love. Yes. Okay, let me blend this out. Okay, now I think it's time for the gloss.
And lightly tap it onto the center of my lips. And then I'm gonna top it off with my favorite gloss ever. This is the Huda Beauty Ooh Baby Gloss. This gloss is the perfect nostalgic pale baby pink gloss. It looks so good with every nude lip. And to really give me that Victoria's Secret.
So I don't have that one, but I do have Sugar Baby, and it's a really pretty pinky one. Not as baby pink as the one that he's using, which I really want that one, but it still gives me a pinky lip. And I think I might go into a little bit of Baddie B. There you go. Gives it more pinky vibe. Let me blend it out. So I did notice, you guys, that he didn't use anything in the waterline, and I'm feeling pretty bare. Not gonna lie. Pretty much, you guys, at the end of the video, he's just gonna use this to spray and set the makeup. So that's pretty much it for the video. Let me go back to Bella. Let me see what she has. I literally have her like right here just to see. Oh, she's just so freaking beautiful. Yeah, in her waterline, tiene como a little bit of a bronze. Okay, I'm gonna go into this Laura Mercier, and it's literally called Bronze. It's a brown, chiKas. And then, of course, let me throw on some mascara. To set my makeup, I'm gonna go into the One Size. This is the Powder Melt Glass Setting Spray. This is the one that he used at the end, and this is pretty much, you guys, gonna make the skin look like skin. If you are combo oily, just be aware this is more luminous, more glowy versus matte. This is so crazy, you guys, because I feel pretty. My skin, I don't know. I love following other makeup artists like techniques and stuff like that, and being a combo to oily girly, which just means, you guys, that I'm oily in my T-zone and dry mostly around my right here, super dry, and then like around my face. But throughout the day, like my nose for sure gets oily, around here it gets oily. So I can get away with like using like hydrating moisturizers with a matte foundation because obviously I just know my skin, right? But I tend to always use matte foundations only, and I am loving the technique that he did using a face oil, mix it with a matte foundation, because it gives you the best of both worlds, right? It gives you a matte foundation también, but it also gives you a more lightweight foundation, great coverage, but yet it doesn't feel like cakey or deserty dry on your face. So I absolutely love that, because my skin, you guys, looks so freaking beautiful. It just looks so blurred. It looks not dry, you know, like it still looks matte, and like it looks like I have obviously a lot of makeup on, pero se ve like skin. And also I love that he didn't use a primer. Again, I am very huge on primers. Like I always use them because I feel like, for me personally, like I do see a difference. I feel like my makeup does lock in. Obviously, I haven't worn this out, so I really need to see, you know, wear it out all day and see how it does wear. I love this from Rare Beauty. I've been sleeping on this. They sent this to me like with more colors, obviously, a few months ago, and wow, like look how beautiful. You guys see that? It is so beautiful. I love that it's not sparkly and like glittery. I hate that. It's very like, I don't know, I don't even have the words, you guys. I had so much fun, you guys, today following his makeup techniques and stuff to create this Bella Hadid inspired makeup look that she wore for the Victoria's Secret runway show. Like, I'm obsessed. I love it. I love this so much. I can't wait to go take some selfies. So you better follow me, guys. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Instagram. I do post there daily, more than I do here on YouTube. All the products that I did use will also be linked down below. Let me know if you guys loved this tutorial and if you loved this makeup look as much as I do, because I am obsessed. I'm really, really obsessed. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.